Welcome to Money in the Air, the music podcast about neighboring rights, the royalties you earn from the public performance of your recordings and the business of music in general. Brought to you by IFR, the International Association for Artists and Rights Holders.
I'm Andrew, co-founder and chief royalty officer of Royalty.
Hi, I'm Gina Deacon. I work for Absolute Rights Management and I work with record labels and artists to ensure we claim the royalty income due to them.
I'm Stacey Haber and I'm from Inside Baseball Music Publishing.
Hi, I'm Tanya Oliveira. I work for Transparent Entertainment Group. I handle registrations and repertoires for performers and rights holders around the world.
Welcome to season 3. Happy New Year, everyone. As we do with each new year, we're going to start off with a little primer, a little reminder of what neighboring rights are and what best practices are. So top tips, if you will.
My top tip is we are coming to the end of the year in the world of PPL. I know we're in January and the end of the year is technically December. PPL do give you a month's leeway to register your repertoire. If you've got any recordings that were released in 2022 that haven't yet been registered that you own the rights for, you have around about 3 weeks left to get them registered on the PPL database to ensure that you capture any usage for the whole of 2022. If you go past the 31st of January, then I'm afraid you've lost the ability to collect any royalty income on that data.
That's a great tip. Tanya, what have you got for us?
Make sure you have your W9 or W8 Ben up to date because they expire every 3 years and quite a few CMOs request them to be refreshed whenever they expire. So PPL is a big one. I know SoundExchange are hot on that. I'm dealing with It's Rights, which is one of the Italian CMOs. They represent performers and rights holders and they require tax forms as well. It's worth making sure it's up to date as well as your ID. I've noticed quite a few IDs are going to be expiring this year. So if you need to register yourself at various CMOs this year, make sure you do it before your driver's license or passport expires.
Very good. What about you, Andrew?
My general tip is sign up with SoundExchange if you are the rights owner, if you own your own copyright, and you are the recording artist. Sign up with SoundExchange firstly, but my top tip is especially sign up if you have any airplay on SiriusXM, because every single one of those spins on SiriusXM is between $40 and $50. So you get a couple spins on SiriusXM, that's a couple $100 in your bank account that could fund a recording or pay for some expenses that you have with your catalog. Definitely sign up with SoundExchange, but especially so if you have any airplay spins on SiriusXM.
That's brilliant. Wow. And is that about $40 per performer or split between the performer and the rights holder?
It is split between the performer and the rights owner, but I've seen it as high as $100 per spin overall, and therefore it is chopped in half for about $50 for the performer. So it all just depends on how much money SiriusXM has on a monthly basis, like how many subscribers they have to the satellite radio station. And then they allocate a certain percentage of that to the recordings or the spins. So it all just depends on how much money SiriusXM has earned within a given period with respect to how many spins there are within that month.
Very cool. Gina, do you have another one for us?
Just update your list of repertoire if you're a performer. So ideally, you would have a list collated already of everything that you performed on. You could either do that on a paper notebook or you could do it on an Excel spreadsheet, however you prefer to work. But once you've started collating your list of repertoire, then it's easier to update it maybe once or twice a year. Just have a look at it, refresh your memory. Is there anything to be added to it? Is there anything that you've forgotten in the past that you could claim now? And then you could log into your account on PPL and just ensure that you're claimed on everything. You've got until, don't know the exact date, around about March. Tanya might be able to jump in and give us the exact date. March, April is the cutoff for making those performer claims. And then you should see the royalty income come through in June. And June is always a nice payment date for a lot of people.
Email us with any questions you have or any top tips you think we've missed. It's info@ifr.co.uk. And don't forget to become a member. Thank you for listening.